Good morning, noon, or night. My name is Jet, and welcome to my channel, JITV, Jet in the Valley. So this is going to be about what people call generational curses. I keep trying to do this one, but it's really kind of tricky and difficult to get everything in, but I'm going to try again. So, generational curses, 3 to 4 generations. So I personally, right now, myself, each of us, we have the free will to choose to do something or to not do something, to accept something or to not accept something. Okay, they will call this epigenetics in science. Okay, it's how your environment and your decisions and choices affect, they say it's how it affects your gene expression. Okay, which I'm not doing a whole science thing here. I'm just simply stating that now they're acknowledging that your choices and your decisions and your environment all affect things genetically that could be passed on genetically. Okay, this is the nature of generational curses. Okay, it will pass on. It's an epigenetic situation that I have chose to have a sugar addiction, so that is in my genes. Now when I go to have a child, I pass on all my genes to the child, and that sugar addiction is in the genetic expression. It has changed that. This is a common thing that people are understanding. Even the doctor wants to know um, if alcoholism was in your family, and if diabetes and these different things. Okay, many people think that there's some other reason, some other thing. Well, the genetics did change. The things how they're expressing did change, and it's because of a decision that somebody made 4 freaking generations ago. Okay? It's totally possible that decision, I see already, so a decision, okay, my child is 6 years old, okay? Before I had her, before she was conceived, any of the epigenetic stuff that I had incurred and any decisions and any stuff like that that was in me and in my genes at that time, I have passed on to her. Okay, many things that they don't understand. This is a good example of, like, women who keep picking men who abuse them, or men who keep picking women who abuse them. They it can be a generational curse. You literally see it go through the generations. Now, some of this in part is called normalization. Okay, when you see something happening when you're a little kid, that is what your normal becomes. It's normalization in your entire being and in yourself. So if you see a woman, you see the mom being beat by the guy, unfortunately, that becomes normal to you. And so it's more likely that it's going to continue itself. But now what I am telling you is this epigenetic thing. They come in and they're saying that it literally, all of those things affect your genetic disposition. So if I choose today to, let's do one that I already did. Too late. So I smoked cigarettes for 24 years, right? My mom smoked cigarettes. My dad smoked cigarettes. Everybody in my family smoked cigarettes. Everybody in my family was a drinker. Okay, that's a polite way to say that. So now when I went to have my child, we passed on all of that is genetic and hereditary type stuff. We could call that generational curses. So now that's all been passed on to her. Whatever I corrected before I had her, it didn't get passed on. Okay, I was working and correcting certain things. Okay, and it didn't get passed on to her. But at the time of conception, whatever was in there is what exactly got passed on to her. So nobody in the family drinks anymore. I quit smoking, and so say she gets to be 12 years old. She's not grown up with anybody drinking. She's not been around it at all. And it's not been normalized for her. And I've kept her away from it. And not like, when some parents like hold on too tight and they push the child toward drinking or whatever. So I just totally have been honest and open about what drinking does and this, that, and the other. 12 years old, this generational curse thing could come in if we haven't corrected it by then. If we haven't corrected it by then, even though I haven't done anything, she's not been in the environment, there's no problems, she's not trying to drink to like cover up pain or anything like that. It just comes in and it's a generational curse. It's totally possible that could happen. So what I'm saying is, we all think that our decisions just affect ourselves. It's like, I'm going to choose to smoke cigarettes. So it's only me. It's only me that is dealing with the consequences of the actions of smoking, when that is a total lie, because all of our actions and all of our decisions affect other people. There's no getting around that. We're all here for each other and with each other. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean that it's not there, okay? We share our energy with people that we're close to. It's just like if you're in the ocean and a fish pees, right? And there's other fish by it, the pee goes by where the other fish are, okay? That is how the energy and electricity operates in air up here with us humans, okay? We can understand that, and we can, there's many ways that we can even take images of that now. But our actions don't just affect ourselves, we affect each other. So now what I'm trying to say is, your decisions and your actions could not just affect you and the people around you, but could affect for generations to come. So it's just something to think about and to pray about and ask for help and guidance about, because people will say you want to be a generational curse breaker, you want to stop the generational curses. Who doesn't want that? Who wants these things to keep passing on to their family when you're seeing all the pain and suffering and the drama and the pain and the problems that these things have caused, okay? We want to stop them, and we want to pray and ask God to help us break these things, okay? A way that it's going to pray and a way that it's going to help break these things is to come to the saving knowledge and understand that Christ came here and brought us the solution for our problem. You can really dig into the information and seek and find somebody else who says they've been born again, okay? They've gotten the new spirit of Christ, and look at their old life, what they used to do, compared with their life now, okay? God can give you a peace beyond understanding. Even while we're in tribulation because there's good and there's bad here. There's good and there's evil. It's really easy to understand. There's puppy dogs and love and mommies, and then there's rapists and Nazis. It's all here. It's all in earth. Now, one day, what I'm trying to explain is that all the evil anti-love things are going to be gone. They're going to be bundled up, and they're going to be no more. And the earth will be inhabited with only love and only love-based living individuals. So if you want to be part of the eternal everlasting kingdom, you have to choose love. And if you don't choose love and you're choosing anything other than love, then if you're not for us, you're against us. It's really simple, and it's really straightforward when someone would just sit there and tell you and help you understand what it is. Okay, you have to choose love, which is God, and reject the anti-love and all of the other stuff that's coming, okay? And all of these things, these generational curses, God can break all of that. God can do that for you. And if you already have your child and these things have already been passed on, God can take care of them too. God can break these things and make sure that can handle these things. You pray and you ask about it, you deal with it, you don't stick your head in the sand and pretend like it's not there, okay? When you don't admit your problems, right? when you don't admit your problems and you don't admit maybe you did something that's not right, that's giving the enemy a foothold in your life, okay? He's called the accuser of the brethren. He accuses people when they do anti-love. So you do the littlest little thing, right? Well, the enemy doesn't care. He's going to attack you like a freaking dog and attack you and attack you, try and get you in condemnation so he can puppet you and make you feel bad and do whatever he wants you to do, to be an anti-love. He wants you to be anti-love puppet, to puppet you. We go right to God and say what happened, what we did, and that we're sorry. And that is the solution to all of the problems. Enemy cannot get a foothold if you go to God. You stop trying to hide. You cannot hide from your decisions and actions and all of these different things. You have to face it head on. You have to have assertive communication. And when you do that, that is how you get strong, and people can stop manipulating you. People will not be able to manipulate you if you do the things that I'm saying. You take it straight to God and admit if something's happened, apologize, ask what we can do to make it right. And God is a forgiving God, and he tells us we're supposed to forgive each other, even if the person didn't say sorry. Okay, so you think he's not going to lead by example and forgive us if we say that we're sorry? We'll say that we're sorry, we're forgiven, then we get up out from under the condemnation and the guilt. We cannot function from guilt. Functioning from guilt is the opposite of love-based living. Okay, functioning from guilt will drive you into your grave early and drive you to places that you can't even imagine. And I'd like to do another one about that, but it's getting really cold, so I'm going to call that one good. And let me see. Let me run it down here. So that's what I was getting back to my daughter. Say she started wanting to drink when she was 12. Now, she didn't do anything. No one did. She didn't do anything to deserve that. My child was simply born in earth. She didn't ask for addiction. She didn't ask for that problem. Well, the whole issue is it's like a system. It's like a virus in the system. This generational curse, it goes in there, and it's in our system. And when it tempts us to do things that are anti-love, that's called sin. It tempts us to sin. Anytime anyone does this sin, this anti-love, anytime anyone does something that goes against the Most High God, there is an automatic built-in law that all sin, all anti-love will lead to death. Okay, none of it is good. So if you've been tricked or deceived, or there's a generational curse or whatever is going on, anytime anybody does sin, God chastens them to teach them not to do that. It's like a built-in automatic law that will come. So there's always a type of punishment for any kind of sin if you are a souled individual, if you are a love-based living individual. It is so that you learn not to do those things. It's like, hey, you're going the wrong way. This bad thing happened. It's trying to push you back the other direction. Hey, don't do this, don't do this. Every single time that you choose the anti-love, you choose the sin, the punishment is going to continue to get more severe, because God is love and he loves you, and he wants you to choose and to see that there's love in the anti-love. In the anti-love, it literally leads to death. Many people get very close to death before they understand what I'm doing is literally killing me. It's literally killing me. And that is just the nature of reality. And if that is happening, you turn to God. If you are doing literally the worst things that you could ever do, you turn to God and ask him for help. Okay? You admit, I don't know how I got in this place in my life, but I know it's not right and it's wrong because I'm dying, and please help me. And just something as simple as that, saying that and meaning it, God is going to come and help you, because he's always here and he's always there with you, even when you try and push him away and whatever other things are going on. Okay, if you just sincerely and honestly call out like that, God will show you. He will start to show you, and you will start to understand that all of these anti-love things are nothing that you want. You want all the love stuff. You want all the things that God brings, and you want none of the things that Satan brings. Okay, you need to trade your death suit of this earthly, worldly, mortal system for an eternal, everlasting position next to the Most High God. And so I'm going to keep trying to go over that one, but that's, I think, what I have for today. And much love and many thanks. I love you. Thank you.